The show hasn't even started and they've driven me mad already. Man! The Tom London Show.
The Tom London Show
is brought to you by Suzuki Kyalami, the home of happy customers.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget to tell him Tom sent
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Just like, I made the mistake of calling Tonya and Alistair 12 minutes before the show. Normally I call 5 minutes before the show because then we can't get into an argument or a debate or anything. Oh man, the show starts. Next thing you know, Tonya's quiet for minutes. Oh, she's invoicing. And then when she finishes invoicing, she just starts hitting me with the most controversial news topics of the week. The ones I don't want to get involved
he
in.
wanted to do news,
No,
guys.
no.
He says to me, you want to do news. He says, you want to do news, Tonya.
Yeah, but I picked the
do wanna
topics.
do news.
I picked the ones that I thought we could talk
All day
about.
long. Okay. That's good.
Anyway, before the show, an almighty debate starts raging. Like almighty, like proper. A proper. Like a 2 coding tablet debate starts. Tonya starts stirring the pot. Alistair sits quietly because he knows what's good for him.
I think, yeah, he's sure.
I engage. I'm like, yeah! And then I go, no! Welcome to the Tom London Show. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Change your mind.
Welcome to you if you join us on YouTube, wherever you are in South Africa or around the world. We're going to be discussing a couple of news topics, and some of them may be relevant to you or interesting to you today. We'll also laugh. We'll also have fun. We may fight. I don't know. We'll see. We've got 60 minutes together. Stay with us and comment in the comment section down below. I am so proud of. I am first up. Okay, hold on. What's the priority on the show today? Priority is Jenna Lee, I think, because we're now less than a week away from her arriving at OR Tambo. Now, we were thinking of getting a welcoming committee, but then I saw the time that the flight arrives, which is 9:30 on Tuesday night, which is quite late for a lot of people. But I know I'll be there. I think Alistair's going to be there. There'll be at least 2 of us. And if you're not able to make it, we'll have a camera there and we'll be live. So even if there's just 2 of us standing there with one camera, that one camera will have hundreds and hundreds of people behind it. And so that's how you can join us welcoming Jenna Lee to Gauteng for her really life-saving operation coming up on the 15th of July. I also want to say that I'm glad to see all the media attention starting to develop around Jenna Lee. Wonderful to see Jacaranda Good Morning Angels getting involved and highlighting the story. Awesome to see Good Things Guy pushing the story today, and we're hoping that mainstream media or legacy media pick it up. Look at Tanya's face. There we go. When I say legacy media, so legacy media, pick it up, and we start seeing the story on the big news platforms. But, yeah. Langley? What, the big news? Really, you reckon that's the big news platforms there?
Langley.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm sure they're listening to everything, especially Tonya. So
They are.
Especially Tonya.
As on Google, I'm sure.
Yeah. So Jenna Lee arrives Tuesday. We start kicking off the live videos on Tuesday and update you daily on what's happening with Jenna Lee. And you're going to come along on Jenna Lee's journey with us. That's number 1. Yep. Number 2, I am very, very proud of myself. Velterfreden Park, could I have a round of applause, please? Because I did something today I've never done in my life.
What? You drank water?
I did something today I've never done in my life. Never. Maybe. No, never. Okay, maybe when I was little, but that doesn't count. Thank
Star
you.
jumps.
You've got no idea how proud I am of myself.
Star jumps. What did you do?
A star jump? No, man, I can't do a star jump. I can, I suppose. Yes, Alistair?
You bought a lotto ticket.
He always buys a lotto ticket. That's not unusual.
Well, it's quite interesting because I always buy it, but I decided not to buy lotto tickets anymore.
Yay!
I decided I have never saved money in my life. Never. I've never. Don't look at me like you're probably a saver. Hey, you put like 10% to put
Me?
that. Yeah. Are you a saver?
No,
Not
at all.
Are you a saver?
No, money burns a hole in my pocket.
All right, Alistair.
As much as me, I have done now with my mother's inheritance. I've saved.
Oh, so you're learning.
25%.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've
But
never.
at my age, I'm learning to save. Yes.
Me too. So my problem
Same.
is I've tried once or twice to put it in a little separate savings account, but then you need $2,000 or $1,000 or $500, and then you just take it out, and it's like a normal bank account.
Yeah.
Because for me, numbers on a screen means nothing. If it says 1 million on a screen, it does. I can't see it. It means I've got no emotional attachment to numbers. Whether it's 1 million, 1,000 means nothing to me. So I've got to be very careful, and I can't just put it in another bank account because then I'll withdraw it. So you know what I did today? On Capitec's banking app, they've got an investment facility where you can buy shares. You can buy pieces of shares of any share, like in South Africa and America, in anywhere. You can buy a Tesla share if you want. I went and bought my
Easy equities.
Easy Equities. What a great company. I'm telling you, Easy Equities, and we're going to do a show with Easy Equities. This is such exciting stuff because I lay in bed this morning and I said, Tom, save. You could go to the shops and blow $500 on, a meal and walking through Pick and Pay and buying stuff that's just going to make you fat. Or you can put $500 into Easy and buy some shares. So I bought my first shares ever today. And I don't want to sell them. Like, I don't want to let them go. I'm so proud. I bought Pick and Pay, the worst performing food retailer in South Africa. I bought them. I bought shares in a
You're
company
always
called
safe with Pick and Pay, mate.
Purple Group.
You're always safe with.
I bought shares in Naspers, and Chris Becker made me $5 already in the last 3 hours. I checked just now. It said,
Well,
"Congrats,
there
you're up
you
$5."
go.
Eh? So there we go. So
That's good.
Geez, I'm
That's
proud of.
good.
I'm proud, and I even though I'm not going to take my, because they like my shares, I want to buy more of them. I don't want to sell these things, so I can already see like
Thank goodness.
this is for me, and anyway, I want to. Yeah, thank you.
I'm so happy.
So maybe by the time I hit 100 or so, I'll have enough money in the bank to retire. Yeah. But if Chris Becker keeps paying me $5 a day, I'm all right. Maybe.
No, but it's really good. It's really good.
I think so. In fact, I looked at it and I went, wow, because you don't have to buy, let's say a share is 2,000 Rand. You don't have to buy a share at 2,000 Rand. You can buy 200 Rands worth of that share. When you buy 2,000 Rands worth of that share, that's when you get voting rights. So you can buy 20 Rands worth of that share if you want. You can. It is the most incredible way for people who have never been able to invest in the big shares, like the Warren Buffett shares.
Yeah.
Now, Kippy on his bed with $100 can go buy the same shares as Warren Buffett, and I think that's incredible. So
I think
that's what I
also
did
we
today.
should insert a disclaimer here. We are not financial brokers, and we do not offer financial
No,
advice.
definitely not offering, but I definitely think you should go there immediately. I'm all for Easy Equities. I want to do a show. I think I want to do a show on a Monday where we talk about the stocks to watch during the week, but for dummies like me. Not for people who've been through economics courses and this and that, and they've been trading on the floor. And I'm talking about people like me, people who are like sitting on their bed going, I don't feel like going out to the movies. Let me put that $300 into Pick and Pay, man. So the average oak. I'd love to do a
There's
show
another
for.
way you can put it into Pick and Pay.
What's that?
There's another way that you can put that $300 into Pick and Pay.
What, go buy food there?
You just go onto their app and buy some stuff from the shops.
Yeah, but then I eat it, and then it's gone,
Yeah, and then it gets fat.
and then
So
I get fat.
no, we're not doing that.
All right, we're going to be
not
talking
doing
about, I
that.
don't know if you've been keeping track of the Diddy trial, 2 explosive outcomes in trials in America yesterday, our time, around this time. One was the Brian Koberger trial, the Idaho 4, that was expected to go all the way and pushing for a death penalty, prosecution was, and so were the families, or most of them. And then a surprise plea bargain yesterday where he pleaded guilty. And he'd probably go away for life. Some of the family's very upset about it. The whole of Idaho talking about it. Big conversation in America, but doesn't really touch South Africa. The one that's touched South Africa is Diddy and his baby oil. And his freak outs and his freak offs and all the nonsense that went on when you went to one of Diddy's parties. And I think, like most people, we are so conditioned after Epstein and Weinstein. You've got to be careful of the steams, eh? I'm joking. Epstein and Weinstein. I think people just expect that when you are up on these charges, you are going to be found guilty. And he wasn't on the big charges. He was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation and was acquitted of racketeering and conspiracy. I'm deliberately leaving the S word out. So I don't know. Do you think he should have gone, he should go to jail? Or what do you think?
Tom, come on. How can this oak get his only charge is transporting? That is ridiculous.
Are you also baffled, Alistair?
So, I mean, like completely. Justin Bieber, like everybody's seen it. We've seen it with our own eyes. It's gross. It's ridiculous. It's revolting. And here the
number of
gets transporting as his charge, not trafficking, not racketeering.
The people who were coming to work for him at the freak-offs.
No, they weren't working for him. Be very careful.
Oh, well, they don't work.
They
weren't being paid.
That's all.
Hold on, you were both talking at the same time.
He didn't know who they were. He didn't know who they were.
Were they illegal aliens?
No, they weren't illegal aliens. They were Americans. They were party people. For a bit of money, we'll show you a party. They were party people.
The other thing that gets me is how many big celebrity names were involved here.
Well, here's what I think. After years of listening to, every now and then you see a major celebrity who gets ousted. I don't want to use the word cancelled, but they get ousted. They're outside of the Hollywood community, and sometimes they spill their guts. They're like, that place is evil. People worship the devil. There are curses put on you, sacrifices. And for years and years, I used to listen to people talk like this. I think these folks are mad. But the more that comes out of the entertainment world, specifically the entertainment world in Los Angeles, Hollywood, Los Angeles, and the way that place runs, it seems to be one of the murkiest places you could ever go take a swim. And it's all coming out. These things are all coming out in the wash. And I think the entertainment business, that part of town and that part of the world is just rotten to the core. And I don't know how you get to the top without compromising something in yourself. Like, I was watching an interview with Charlize Theron yesterday. Now, the problem is I don't know whether these interviews are AI or not, but it looked like a genuine interview, and she was talking about her love life and this and that, but every second word was an F word. It was very coarse. Like what my mother would say, that's very coarse language. And it was just coarse, and it's like, wow, because she was in a podcast where you get a bit more relaxed, I suppose, and your mouth gets a bit looser. Maybe they give you a drink on the way in. You've seen Mac G do this. All of a sudden, John Steenhuisen's ex-wife is roadkill. So maybe she just got all relaxed and started talking how she talks at home. And I thought, wow, that's a different Charlize Theron to the one that I see when, she's on Jimmy Fallon or something like that. And I think these Diddys of the world, they're up on the stages and they look like, butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, but behind the scenes, they are just the most horrific and atrocious human beings. They not only are they no better than anyone else, they are worse than most. That's my opinion.
How many times didn't Diddy appear on the Ellen Show?
Well, he's been on these people, it's a network. Once you're in that circle, you'll go through
it. They do this round, yeah.
That's what I think. I'm slowly starting to agree with what people used to call conspiracy theories around this. I don't know about you, Tanya.
No, for sure. Like, Diddy had a plan. you didn't get into the rap network unless you came through Diddy.
Yeah.
And if you came through Diddy, you literally had to go to a freak-off party at least once or twice.
I'm surprised the guys...
Under his...
Yeah?
Under his tutelage.
Under his tutorage, if you like.
Sure.
And then... in doing so, there's now a recording of you doing stuff you would never normally do.
Yeah.
And if you don't do as you're told, there's the blackmail material that comes out, which is very much what happened with Epstein. In fact, Epstein is considered to be an agent that collected blackmail material.
Yeah.
So he was
common thread with
planted.
these guys.
Yeah, it's not. And the other one, look at R. Kelly. What? No, he didn't. I don't believe he killed himself. Not at all. Look at R. Kelly. Why did R. Kelly go to jail?
Well, it's making me question those judgments now. If Diddy gets off, so to speak, then
why not R. Kelly?
Why not R. Kelly? And how does someone who has a video out there where you're kicking someone on the floor in a hotel lobby or a passage, punching them and kicking them and dragging them by their hair back to a bedroom?
Is that not enough?
Is that not enough to put you in jail for some time? So I don't know. It's
come on.
It's all a big.
But here's the thing, Tom. And this is why the conspiracy theories exist. Is that video of Diddy hurting his girlfriend so much was actually dated back to 2014, okay? So that's been lying around in someone's cupboard for 11 years.
It's all just, it's so murky, isn't it?
All of a sudden it comes out and now we have, hang on, there's more. There's freak-offs, there's baby oil, there's all sorts of stuff, no phones and all that.
You think those
and
guys...
all these people are there, Justin Bieber and all that, and it becomes this massive story. But in my opinion, he made somebody angry.
Yeah.
And they pulled the rug from under him.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he got away with it. I mean, yesterday he should have been released. He should have actually gone home.
Except he's still got the 2 counts he needs to be sentenced on. He needs to be sentenced on.
Yeah, but they're only for transportation, so they missed him. They're not even hardcore counts.
I don't know if they.
So him beating up his girlfriend didn't come in there. That is not a count.
No.
It's transportation only. So this could have gone home yesterday, but the public's reaction was so strong that the judge said, no, you got to wait for sentencing.
Wait. There's your punishment.
And he then apparently collapsed on the chair and put his head on the chair.
There's your punishment, yeah. Sure. I don't know. I tell you this, if I was invited to Diddy's house for a party, I would politely decline, knowing what I know now. And if it was the past and I walked into a freak-off, was invited to one of these things, that kind of stuff scares me. I mean, I don't stick around for that kind of nonsense. I'm a prude. I walk into a place and see 1,000 bottles of baby oil and people. I'm straight, turn around, off to Chicken Licken for a chicken drumstick, and that will be my fill for the evening. They can have the baby oil. I'll just find my happiness somewhere else. So I don't know. No,
it's a hectic story. It's a miscarriage of justice. Yes, again. It reminds me a lot of the O.J. Simpson trial. You know, if you've got the good lawyers, then you can get
good
away
legal
with anything.
team, I think.
Or
if it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Or he has a thick little black book like that says, if you do go for me, I'm going to show these people that stuff.
There we go. What do you have to say as we go to the comment section and take a look at what you say as we open the Tom Lunner Show this Thursday afternoon? Gailey Mortensen says, happy Thursday, everybody. Rosie Brown's on board. Marlene Falkenberg is on board. Anita number 1 is on board. Annette Jacob says, good day, dearest Tom and family. Margaret Guider says, hello all, don't fight with each other, Tom and Tonya. Laugh out loud. I think she wants us to. Happy dysfunctional day. Hi all, looking forward to the show, says Rita. I missed the last 3 weeks due to appointments. Oh no, welcome back.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's almost an offense. Hello Viv, help us show when the fighting started. That's funny. Did you do the aqua class, the people class? I saw a video of a live aqua class yesterday. The lady had some boxes in the swimming pool, like these Fris Oaks. And I'm sure that even they were making a little wee-wee in the pool when they were doing star jumps. But anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
Viv Vermark says, let them fight. How's it, Viv? Anita, you cleaned your house
Hello,
up for
Bev.
the first time. What do you mean I cleaned my house up for the first time? My house is
What?
clean regularly.
You, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom's house always clean.
Yeah, my house is clean. My bedroom's not. It's
his-
like where I live. I live in the
it's
bedroom.
His hair, maybe not.
Yeah, there's a bedroom like
Maybe
the
not his
bedside
hair.
table after 2 days like kind of looks like the waste picker's yard in Randburg, and then I go, okay, but one little packet sorts that out. Yeah, I'm pretty clean. Absolutely safe. Pension, savings account, 401k. I want to have a good retirement as I love traveling and cruising, says Karen. Would have taken on a different meaning if it was P. Diddy who said that. Heather Knickelbein says, good afternoon, all the dysfunctionals, the most special show on Facebook, the Tom Lunner Show. Tell your friends. Una Guida says, just away from the bit. Yeah, I don't go for Bitcoin. Don't worry. I don't understand that. I understand pick and pay. Oh, you're definitely getting financially smart, boy. Well, actually, this is an interest that I had when I was 18. When I was 18, I spent a year studying the stock exchange and what it takes to list a company. And so I got a whole lot of knowledge in my head, but I've just never applied it. My late friend Selwyn always said, come on, Tommy, play the stock market with me. And I used to think, that sounds like gambling. Play the stock market. I don't want to play anything.
It is gambling.
No,
though,
it's
isn't
not.
it?
No, it's not. I mean, I don't want to buy and sell and then try and move it there and move it there. I just put it there like a savings plan in the good companies and one or two little rocket ships maybe or dead ducks and invest in those, you see. But it's literally small money. But I might get good at it. I think I could. If I made $5, or if course Becca already gave me $5 today and I didn't even get out of bed, I think I'm doing fine. If I can multiply that over 360, you see, I can make big bucks. Well done with the equity savings. Proud of you, Tom. Thank you, Heidi. My poor mother, she tried for decades. Please saved. Please, decades she tried. Decades. No, you are throwing Walterfred and Parker party if you get rich. Damn right. Gailey Morton says, congratulations, Tom. Investing in shares is a fabulous initiative. Proud of you. Keep the same. I'm going to. Please do not retire. We need the weekly. Well, I'll retire when there's one of us left. That's when I'll retire. How's that? Okay, there's the deal. Karen Elvis says, well done, Tom. Very proud of you. It's never too late to start saving. I've been so fun. I've made so much money in my life, and it's gone in the pipe and out the pipe. Boy, did I have good experiences with it, though.
Can I just say something on that particular point?
Yes, of course.
What was her name? The woman that came from America. She spent a couple of months here. She was a financial guru that came out to South Africa.
Faith Popcorn?
No, I don't know if it was her. Anyway, she said that you can't receive money when your hand is like a fist. You could only receive money when your hand is like outstretched to give or to
I don't
receive.
know. I checked the oak, moored another oak with a fist once and pulled money out of his pocket in the street corner in Joburg.
Yeah. But money's like water. It needs to flow.
Yeah. Barbara Allen says, good afternoon from a very cold, wet West Coast in the Western Cape. Love to all. Margaret Guido.
It's cold everywhere,
It is.
Barbara
Allen.
But there it's even worse because there's a cold front that's just passed over them that is mega. That's this whole new...
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, what's coming here? It's coming here in 2 days. It's always 2 days later. It hits Joburg. Look at Tanya. She's yawning. I think she's so bored. Wow.
Oh, dear.
Don't deal with brokers. We deal with them all day. Half of them will take you for... No, I don't deal with brokers. I deal with my little app on my cell phone. I'm going to get rich. Watch. Diddy Sohun. Yeah, exactly. If you want your shares to grow right, invest in a weapons or aerospace company. Sadly, that's true. Eh? Sharon Sapet or Sapay or Sapet, I don't know how to pronounce her surname, says the Illuminati are involved. He's controlled by them, the whole of Hollywood. Bohemian Grove, says Sharon. Margaret Guider says, give me Brad Pitt to worry about, blow the rest. I've always liked Brad Pitt. I always have. I like that guy.
That's funny.
Dustin out of America says the racketeering charge was never going to stick. They charge with that so they can introduce other evidence in front of the jury that they would not otherwise be allowed or able to introduce. You see, he works in that field of...
he knows that story. Huh?
He knows. He's there. We've got our American correspondent on board there. Kanye West is dodgy AF, in my opinion, says Una.
Exactly.
They all are. Like even...
Yeah.
All.
Oprah Winfrey and
Oh,
What's her name?
Oprah's the worst. Don't let me start about
is it?
Oprah.
You reckon she's the pits, eh? That's according to some
No,
legal
she's
experts, says Dustin, including Megyn Kelly. I like Megyn Kelly. I love her attitude. I
like
really
it.
do.
I sort of like Megyn Kelly.
do
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't.
Yes, sometimes she talks nonsense. Like I go, no, you're taking it a bit too far. But even if she does, and if she talks rubbish, you can still look at her because she's nice to look at. She's like, it's like, I like looking at Megyn Kelly.
That's what you like.
I do. Dustin says, I said yesterday this was O.J. Simpson all over again. The only thing we're missing is the white Ford Bronco.
Yep.
Una Guida says they should have gone to Marshall Mathers and Dr. Dre to further their careers. Margaret Guida says, who cares about most of the US rappers? Eminem was the only decent bloke till now, come out all of the murkiness. Isn't that ironic, Eminem, to be the good boy on the back? Yes, like, Mandy
There's
says,
a few of them, like Cat Williams and
they have spoken up. Yes,
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, they've spoken about it.
Spoken up. And 50 Cent was meant to drop that documentary. Did he do it? And he was gagged. But now I think he might drop that docu.
I'd like to give us a compliment because for 3 over 50 whiteys, we know a lot about the the rap business in America.
Dude, I love rap music. I love rap music.
I'm like proud. I thought maybe we'd end up in a Neil Diamond discussion but here we are, all experts in Diddy. I like it, and the audience. Tunny's sitting at home with opinions on Diddy. Hey. Gail E. Mortensen says Hollywood is debauched. Huge den of iniquity. Margaret Guida says they're fighting over Brad Pitt. Okay. Money talks, good lawyers and connections, says Rita. Deirdre Curry is so cross she wrote a word I can't put on screen. And your mom is losing it downstairs. Your mom's losing it downstairs. Mom!
What do you mean?
I have no clue what any of you are talking about. I've been under a rock, says Mandy Catterson-Wilson.
That's okay, man. You didn't miss anything. Just the miscarriage of justice and the trafficking of young girls. That's all.
What you haven't missed, Mandy, is you are the winner of the free course that we were going to give away.
Is she?
Yes. Mona said we're going to give away a free course, sacreddying.co's course. And Mandy Catterson-Wilson is our winner of the course.
Winner, chicken dinner. That's amazing.
So we'll be in touch with you, Mandy, with details on how to get hold of Mona. Congratulations. You are the winner of the course you were saying you were interested in.
Can we have a crowd going wild?
Anita says, just joking, Tom. I know your house is clean. I visited you, remember? Has Anita visited me?
What?
When did Anita visit me?
All that good.
Was I on Oxycodone? I could have been on ketamine and Oxycodone at the time.
Do we have
she
a
lives in
secret video
Durban, so I don't
coming up?
think so.
When did Anita visit me? She might have.
Do we have some secret videotapes coming up?
Oh, I wish. I need the views.
Was there?
We'll be talking about Helen Joseph in just a moment.
Involved.
Helen Joseph Hospital in just a moment. Give you a report back. Mandy wants George Clooney. Did you see Natalie's huge rant? Yes, it was fantastic. We're talking about the crazy pages and Natalie, and she had a rant. The rant where she wasn't on screen, I thought that was fantastic. Great content. Nothing on screen, but just audio. And then, did you see the videos with Natalie and Natasha? If you haven't, you got to go see them. These people are infinitely more interesting than the people next door, I promise you. 28 degrees C in Kloof today, says Mandy. AJ, Susie Orman. Susie Orman, is that who you were referring to?
Yes, it was Susie Orman.
Okay, right. Thankfully, Corin had the brain power to come up with the name. Let's see what else we got. Not cold in Pinetown. Not cold in Palm Beach. Margaret Guida. Oh, they're still fighting over Brad Pitt. Lizelle, the Eternal Tarot, says money is energy. We are entitled to abundance. If you don't show it a little bit of respect, that will pass through your fingers. The stock market is a reasonable enough and sound way to build a portfolio. It takes attention and a little intuition. No, you'll see. I'm gonna clap it.
Yeah.
You just give me 5 years.
Was a very, very clever lady.
Yeah. What else we got here? Una doesn't like Oprah. She's on the same team as you there,
Me
Tanya.
too, Una. I think you and I could really be friends, Una. Except you're Austrian. That's the only problem.
Yeah. Margaret Guider says, Tanya, you like rap music? You're joking, aren't you?
Yeah, like I love it.
85.
I can rap for the first team.
Can you? Give us a rap.
Yeah.
Give us a rap. Come on.
I can't because I got to use a swear word.
Go effing instead. Fudging.
Okay. Give me a minute. Oh, and what about the B word?
Hold on. Do we need a
use the
beat?
B word
Do we need a
lot.
beat? Let's get a beat. Let's get a beat.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Let's find.
Let's get a beat.
Find one of the tunes.
You see, if I play music, I know they're gonna.
Yeah, you play music, they'll play you.
Why is that not playing the way I want it to?
Oh, this one. I'm gonna do this one. That's not the beat that's gonna work.
I know. I'm trying to find a beat, but these are not. I typed in free beats, but you know what they do? They pull the show. Free old school beat. Let's see. How can this be a beat?
That's not a beat.
Oh,
Okay, you ready? Are you ready?
the other way around.
Ready?
Oh, I thought I was going to rap. Okay, you go. All right, go.
No, you said I'm going
Please
to.
rap. Please rap.
Da 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 da. It's the MFDOGG right here.
She needs Starlink.
You know I'm mobbing with the DRE. Yeah. You know what's back up in this
She needs Starlink.
MF. What? So blaze up that jiggy. Blaze it up.
Joint.
Blaze it up.
She needs
Blaze
Starlink.
that jiggy up.
She needs
N-word
Starlink.
that I may not say. And then stop, Snoop. That's
There we
it.
go. Well done.
That's terrible.
Well done.
No, you can't do it without swear words,
Hold
man.
on. Here we go.
Okay.
The other way around the day I saw you at... Hold on. Let me see if I get this right. The other way around the day I saw you LA at the party. You were acting kind of strange. You were acting kind of smart. He went up to this girl, said, yo, do you want to dance? She smelled your breath and she left you in your underpants. Do you like it? Oh man, can you rap, Alistair?
I cannot rap, and I wouldn't even begin.
We won't force you.
Give me Deep Purple.
Deep Purple. I could have predicted this. Yeah.
Yeah, give me Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and for those guys.
Listen, can I play you a sound clip of the minister, Groenewald? I got a sound clip here, and I want to play it for you of what he, his suggestion when it comes to sorting out some of the crime in South Africa.
Go on.
Okay, hold on. Man, I'm just trying to get this thing to work.
Thank you very much.
We're looking for that. Okay, so let me play let's listen to what he said.
It is costing the taxpayer.
Hold on. I think I could do his voice.
63 rand per day.
I think I could do his voice. It is costing the taxpayer. Okay, here we go.
It is costing the taxpayer 463 rand per day per prisoner. And that's why I said that we should open the debate. I know there are certain legislation and everything, but let's open the debate. Let us hear what the people of South Africa, what their views are. And if, for instance, it is possible that we can use corporal punishment, then we can address part of the overcrowding. And we're also going to save the taxpayer money in South Africa.
A hiding a day keeps the criminal away. Basically. So Groenewald, Minister Groenewald is saying we've got 2,300 prisoners in this country that can't afford the 1,000 rand bail for like silly crimes. These are people, they stole a can of pilchards or, a bag of salt or something. I watched a guy go to jail years back for stealing 500 grams of pepper. He went to jail, I think, for 10 years or something ridiculous. And I still remember thinking, why? Hold on a moment. The 20 rand bag of pepper that he stole, we're going to spend 500,000 feeding this guy. And it didn't make any sense. And I think the minister's got a point that we have this overcrowding situation in South Africa. And here's what I think happens, right? It's really hard to catch the big criminals. The biggest ones are the hardest to catch. And then the dramatic, the serious crimes, they hard to catch and prosecute and get successful judgments on. But the oak who walks into Dischem and steals a roll-on deodorant, he's definitely going to go in the back of the police van, and he's definitely going to get charged, and he's definitely going to. And if he doesn't have money for bail, he's going to land up sitting in jail. Now, Groenewald is saying, should we bring back corporal punishment, which doesn't exactly align with our constitution? But we have a constitution that can be amended, and we have voices in South Africa, and that's what he was saying. He was saying, let me hear from South Africans. Well, here I am, a South African Minister Groenewald, and Tonya Curry is a South African, and Alistair Jameson is a Germastonian. And we're all got something to say about this.
We are in South Africa.
Yes, Germiston is in, that's right. Still in South Africa. So we are... It hasn't succeeded yet. We all have a voice, and I want to know, as you watch the show, what do you think about corporal punishment? I've seen this in action in Botswana, where there's a two-tier justice system, and you've got the so-called tribal courts with the smaller crimes easily dealt with by the community. And last night, Tonya and I we almost got into another argument when I said it doesn't exist in South Africa, and she insisted it did because she lives in the area and I don't. And we asked Grok, and Tonya was right. We actually do, and I was unaware that we have a two-tier justice system. We have a traditional justice system in South Africa. So it is already running, whether you like it or not. I think you would know. You would know.
The tribal system that runs here and that performs punishment here, like you meet with the elders. If some guy has gone astray and he started to drink too much or whatever,
stole
the
case toast, told the toaster
elders,
from next door.
If there was a toaster, it's very unlikely, but if there was,
I know. Sodwana, they don't toast it. Nobody toasts anything in Sodwana. There are no toasters in Sodwana. There we go. You heard it here first, folks.
Anyway,
don't try sell a toaster in Sodwana.
Here's the thing, is in Sodwana, what we've been really fortunate with this tribal, I don't call it a tribal court because that's not really what it is, but with this tribal
traditional
tutorage, traditional court, if you like, is that we only have petty crime.
Yeah.
You do not have major contact crime in Sodwana. You don't have the R word, or you don't have the death.
And you reckon that's got a lot to do with the traditional system that's running in parallel too?
Yes, sir.
Because you don't actually see the SAPS when you're in Sodwana.
Involved.
You don't really see the cops. I never saw them when I was there. They don't seem to be running the show.
Subject today, Tom.
Yeah.
I watched a video earlier this morning about justice that was meted out to two guys that they caught breaking into somebody's house. And the people that were meting out the justice were the local community. The one guy had a spade that he was hitting this guy with.
All right. I know where you're going with it, right? But that's mob justice.
Yes.
There's a difference between vigilantism.
We're not talking... So that's different. That's mob justice. That's where people come out of their houses, and I've seen it in my own suburb. In Kensington a few years back, people were cut full of the hijackers. Some guy ran down the road and ran into a street pole by mistake and knocked himself out, and everyone thought he was a dangerous guy and came out into the street to kick him. So I've seen how mob justice can go wrong, you know.
Right.
But I'm not talking about mob justice. I'm talking about traditional courts. And the way I saw it working, and I'm sure it's very similar here, I saw it in Botswana. So John steals the braai from the neighbor, but Peter saw him steal the braai. And
Yes,
the
and he
people
knows
whose
it's done.
bri got stolen goes to the chief and says, my bri got stolen. Chief says,
Yes.
anybody know who stole Jerry's bri? Peter says, I think it was John because I saw him walking down the drag with a bri. So they go to the house and they check, there's Jerry's bri. Now the whole community knows John is a thief. Don't trust
That's
John
true.
around your bri. So whatever proclivity he has or whatever his tendencies are, they are soon unmasked in the community. And don't leave your toaster anywhere near John or your bicycle or your car because he'll diff it. And what they'll do then is say, right, the punishment is going to be lashes, 6 lashes. And you get lashed, humiliated really, in front of your community. It's not the mob justice you're talking about. Sorry?
No. My point is more, how do you prevent it from getting to that level?
By exactly making these systems work and having them work.
Yeah.
And I suspect in areas like Sodwana they do, and then I suspect in some impoverished urban areas they don't.
They definitely don't.
So that might be the difference, but I'm just suspecting that. I don't know. Let's see what you've got to say. Do you think we should bring back corporal punishment? They used to, the bad old days used to give you a hide-in. I remember I had friends whose mothers would take them to the police station for a hide-in when they were naughty. I always thought that was taking things a bit too far.
What do you mean by corporal punishment, though? Can you define it?
Well,
because corporal punishment is a broad term.
No, it's a lash. Corporal punishment is a lash.
It's a club.
No, not a club. With a cane. A lash. That's what corporal.
A cane. What
Yes.
are they called?
It's a cane.
Jacks. Jacks.
Okay. So here it becomes interesting, right? If we bring corporal punishment in, what if it's a woman who steals the can of beans?
Does she still get jacked?
Does she still get jacked? Really?
Yeah. But by a woman, though.
So then it's not gender-based.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. In a country where we've got. I'm just asking in a country where we've got people getting hit all the time. What happens if it's a woman? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Tonya didn't see that one coming. Tonya did not see it.
No, I did. I want to say something. I don't know if it's too controversial.
Well, go for it. Say it.
Like, when I first discovered Islam, all I thought about was people like blowing each other up and suicide bombers and stuff. And then once I learned it wasn't about that, I went to the extreme countries like Iran, where you'll find that people get stoned or their hands get chopped off if they sell something, etc. And I said to this Muslim person who I was now learning about Islam from, I said, well, yeah, but what about all chopping their hands off and all that? And they stone the woman if they have an affair. And he went, and the men.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, well, I suppose then don't have an affair then.
Sure, yeah. Otherwise, keep it very quiet.
So, if we're gonna, corporal punishment may not be chopping the hand off.
Sure, there's lashes.
It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
Everyone gets a lash.
Punishment should apply. Yeah, exactly.
What would preclude someone from getting a lash? Like, let's say someone was 90 years old. Should they also get a lash?
No, and I think if someone's very hungry and they stole a loaf of bread, I don't know if they should get a lash. I think they should be helped. I don't know. That's
somebody saying I was hungry, that's why I took it.
Well, that's what I would say.
Yeah, but you weren't hungry when you took the TV.
Oh, yeah, a TV is different to a can of beans.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay, so we don't give lashes for cans of beans, but we do for Samsungs. Is that how it works? I'm just asking.
If you take my cell phone, you get lashes. If you take my bread, you don't.
You take my cell phone, sure. You will bring out the laws from Tonya's country she was talking about. You touch me on my cell phone, I run you over, but.
Studio.
Oh my God, Tom, us the Velties Eminem. You know you do, Una. Margaret Guider says, yes, Alistair, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, now we're talking. There are definitely two musical camps on this show. There is no justice in this country. Where do we start? With Jacks! That's what Grunewald reckons. Jack 'em!
Jacks!
Jack him.
Jacks.
Jack him.
Jack him, Jonna. Jack him and Khoya.
Now, you know what I feel? Now I worry. So I know that there are people that walk into I've seen this with friends. I've done it myself. Walk into the shop, put stuff in the trolley, walk out, and oh my God, there's one item there that I didn't give to and I'm out the shop. Some people have made a mistake like that, been taken back by security, and off to the police station. Now, those people would get jacked as well. Really? For making a mistake? Jacks. Is it for making a mistake?
Yeah, so maybe there's an age limit. So if you're like plus 60, you've got to talk about it because maybe your memory is not so good.
If I was a criminal, I'd start recruiting pensioners. A gang of 10 65-year-olds walking into retail shops all day long.
That's interesting. What happens if the person has Alzheimer's or something like that and they're wandering around the store?
That's what I'm saying.
Jacks.
Just Jacks.
Jacks for everyone.
Look, guys,
start hitting children as well in schools.
Everybody gets jacked.
Jacks at schools as well. Primary,
old people,
everyone. Jacks for all. In right, what else we got? Corporal punishment.
Tom, seriously,
yes.
Okay, like if we did do jacks for all, do you think it would help?
Yeah, it would definitely
do you
reduce.
think that person wouldn't
not
steal the toaster again? Not really, hey.
But you see, you could say the same if you send that.
Your bum stops burning after 24 hours.
I get that, but if you send that person to Motherby prison or Leeuwkop prison or for 2 years, they sit with hardened criminals. They go to the University of Crime, and they come out, and it's not beans anymore. Now it's a car. And so I don't know that you change and reform people by giving them 6 of the best. Maybe some, but I think what you do is you.
It reminds me of school.
It does, and that's why I'm uncomfortable talking about it because I hated getting in hide-ins at school.
Even me, but the girls didn't get jacks at school. And we got lines. We had to write up lines.
So we got every day we got hide-ins, and I still visit my old school that now does none of that. Do you know the boys? The boys are just as well disciplined, just as well mannered as we were. And they don't get hide-ins. So that's what makes this a difficult question for me. However, I think in order to clear the backlog, we make a line of those 2,300 people. I don't know where we could do it on the N1, maybe Rivonia Road, around there, so everyone could come and look. And then it could be like the Comrades Marathon finish. And you if you're one of those 2,300, you can go to jail or you can go through the finish post there. It could be brought to you by a company. It could be a public-private partnership, and then you have a whole bunch of people. Alistair, you could give you a cane, and you could be one of the 10 people in a row, televise the thing live on SABC, and all 2,300. I'm sounding like Jacob Zuma now. Listen to in the Beninging. All 2,300 people.
The beginning of the road.
Exactly. They come through that thing. We could replace, what's that useless 947 race where they close all of Joburg off for the day? The 947, the cycle challenge. Let's have the corporal punishment challenge. And we could have it at the same place. Yes, and then all 2,300 people, and they go through, they get their jacks, they go through the finish line, and they get their sami. They get a sami and an orange, and that's it.
No, they don't get rewarded.
Oh, you don't? Oh, see, that's the humanitarian in me. I'm feeling sorry for people.
How can you? But now listen, but we have a problem because of corporal punishment at schools. Girls didn't get jacked.
I know. But now,
we got lines.
Now that we are smarter, as everyone. You know, just what's good for the courses.
You're going to do it on a highway like that. You're going to have these guys dancing up the highway trying to avoid.
Okay, we won't do it at the. We won't do it at the highway. We'll do it somewhere else. Maybe in front of the union buildings. And for bonus points, we put the politicians in the line right in front and give them jacks as well for what they've done to us for the last 3 decades. All of them. Helen's in it too. John Steenhuisen. I would love to see John Steenhuisen get a jack. Julius Malema would be interesting. Peter Groenewald, who suggested the idea, he can lift his suits and he can also go get a jack. Show everybody what it's about.
So is that the definition of corporal punishment then? Or does corporal
this
punishment
case,
include the death in the death?
No,
penalty?
that's capital punishment.
Capital punishment.
Yeah.
Okay. So corporal punishment is making you anal.
Yeah, it's jacks. Margaret Guider says, give the women petty thieves, a smack over the knuckles with the edge of a ruler.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they used to do at school.
Alistair thinks that's going to do nothing.
You know those big wooden compasses they used to have at school? They used to take those and smack us on the knuckles. Can you see the violent nature of us South Africans coming out as soon as we get the opportunity to smack someone? Lizelle Elliott says they are better. Grunewald makes a good point.
Okay, I'm not arguing. Lizelle says there are better ways for people to feel punishment than being hit. Yeah, how does that work? I'm now afraid of being hit. End result. Exactly. I get that. Community service, says Hazel Leanne. Everyone gets a bag of everyone can get a bag of tar, and once they've filled in a pothole, that means we could do 2,300 potholes one shot and give them 6 of the best at the end, and then send them off on their way.
Now you see, now you're talking.
You like that idea of chain gangs?
I'm a big fan of community, chain gangs. Let's call it what it is.
You know,
chuck them in a chain gang. They got to go clean up a certain area. We need that so badly. You got to fix the potholes.
Everyone was agreeing with that now.
Free labor. It's free labor. And you wanna be naughty? Okay, you're gonna be in that chain gang for 5 days, Shana, and you're gonna fill those potholes and you're gonna make it pretty, and then go steal again.
You heard it first here. You do the crime, you take the punishment, male or female. Finish in class, says Linda Edmiston. I thought ladies would be a bit softer on the ladies. Say, no, don't hit the ladies. But the women are climbing in here. I'm not sure how to respond to it.
Well, we've seen the likes of Kelly Smith and
yes, I suppose so.
That other Rosemary and Law.
I think Lizelle's got a point. She says violence breeds violence, and dismissing it as just a club does not diminish the violence. Underneath it all, it's violence.
I think the community, community stuff, is much better. Let's change our tack. They got to do work. We've got so much work to do.
London people talking about religion, the most criminal people they robbed Africa. We are not from London, by the way. We're from Joburg, South Africa, and Germiston, which is South Africa, is very different to London. So if you think we're English, you've got the wrong idea, Bema. English people are thieves, apparently. Well, I have met English thieves. I have no denying that.
So have I. I'm not denying that.
I have.
We'll talk about the great train robbery next time.
An English person that's not a thief, hang on.
And Lizelle Elliott says, and let's give the non-school teachers, principals, and agri teachers the ability to dole out jacks. Oy vey!
Yo, you see, that's what worries me.
I've walked out of the shop and seen an item in my trolley, went back to pay. One never knows when that security guard could pounce. Jacks for you! Too bad. So sad. Peter Grunewald gonna smack your bum. Right.
Full of potholes.
What else we got here? Actually, the drug rings recruit pensioners as mules because people don't suspect them. I know these poor people coming from Sao Paulo with 42 pellets up their backside, and they have a problem holding it in, man. It's the age thing. It would make zero difference getting jacks.
That's terrible.
I don't know. I mean, it's a joke. It was a joke. Girls were hit with rulers on their hands, says Heidi. Discipline starts at home, says Helen. A boy got his jacks back in the day. Nowadays, it's called ad. Really? Ad? Girls got smacked in the hand. Everyone remembers getting smacked on the hands.
It was traumatizing, you check.
Yeah, I'd rather get these people to do community service. Community service, everyone wants a chain gang.
See?
I agree.
Walking on the chain gang.
Everyone wants a chain gang.
Thank you very much. Again, in terms of the,
yeah?
In terms of the service levels, in terms of the condition of our roads, for instance.
Yeah.
Put a chain gang on the road. And
okay, yeah. All right, so is that the consensus today, that rather than smack them, the naughty prisoners, the ones that can't afford bail, we put them in chain gangs, chain them up, with proper chains, and then get them to full potholes? You like that?
What do you mean you can't afford bail? I don't think this bail nonsense is nonsense. No fines. You go straight to the chain gang. I don't care what you did.
Off
you
you
stole
go.
a ruler or you stole the whole of macro. It doesn't matter.
You made that mistake of leaving those things in the trolley. Off you go. You're also going to see what it's like to work in the chain gang.
Chain gang. That's it.
I got a friend who...
If it was one piece in the trolley...
I got a friend who committed a crime and got convicted, and part of this person's sentence was to do community service. And so this person decided to do community service at the police station. And then someone came in one night and recognized him and said, "Oh, wow, what are you doing here?" I said, "No, I'm doing community service." "Oh, that's so wonderful of you." They had no idea it was part of the sentence.
No understanding as to why.
I won't mention the name. Everyone knows the name. I worked in an after... Okay, so all right, what else did we have on the agenda? Ooh, listen. This is big news. Wow. I want to take you to Helen Joseph Hospital, Ward 8, the place, the bloody ward that almost killed me. I want to take you there. I want to take you there yesterday. Pictures were taken yesterday. We'll take you there in just a moment. Before we go there, though, I want to introduce you to the latest salesperson at Suzuki Kyalami. His name is Michael van der Merwe, and he is a honey. Every time I go there, Michael is the nicest guy. Like you won't get a nicer person than Michael. And he also has the best lunches. He brings a whole container to work, and then he sits down and says, "This comes out and that comes out." But good person, man, bank on it. Here's Michael van der Merwe.
Good day, I'm Michael. I'm a sales exec at Suzuki Kyalami. At Suzuki Kyalami, we have a floor jam-packed full of Suzuki models for you to test drive and view. Buying a car is one of the most important decisions you'll make in your life. That's why I'm here, to make sure you get the right advice, the right car, and the right deal. So come see me at Suzuki Kyalami. Let's get you into a new Suzuki and become part of the home of happy customers.
Yeah. Our Chinas at Suzuki Kyalami, Suzuki Ravonia, are going to be providing a Suzuki for us for the duration of Jenna Lee's stay in hospital so that we can get to and fro and take videos for you. So thank you to the Van Kerkhoven family and the staff, the guys and the gals at Suzuki Kyalami and Suzuki Ravonia, not only for sponsoring the show, but for stepping in when help is needed. Now,
tell them Tom thank you.
That's right. If you go buy a car there, please, for Pete's sake, tell him Tom sent you.
Tell him Tom sent you.
20 people have pressed the like button, 16 pressed the ha button, 16 pressed the love button, 6 pressed the ha button, and that's it for the day. Those are our soulmates. The rest of you, if you haven't pressed the button, if you have not pressed the button, you are a lost twin flame in the universal soup. Lost to me and Tonya and Alistair. So reconnect your flame with ours.
Get lashes.
By pressing the like,
Press the hot button.
laugh, heart, ha, sad or angry button. And we will like you more than your mother did. Right. Okay, Alistair and Tonya have been on my case about Weekly Wish. Tom, why aren't we mentioning it? I'm like, it's because I forget and I'm lazy, man. So here we go. We got to get this going. Even if it's just a little bit of money, a couple of grand here and there that we can spread around when people need it, please would you consider donating to our little initiative, which is Weekly Wish. The money is kept in a Back.Buddy bank account, and when we draw it out, we tell you exactly what we spend it on the show, so you know where your bucks are going. You can also submit a wish on this page. It's weeklywish.co.za. But what I'd really love for you to do, if you've got a little bit of money in your bank account and you've finished investing with Easy Equities, invest in helping someone. Just go along to Weekly Wish. So there we go, right? There's our Back.Buddy.
Guys, 10 Rand goes a long way.
It does.
10
bucks, 20 bucks,
a long way. Please.
50 bucks, 100,000 Rand, 1 million, whatever you've got lying around. pop it in there.
Whatever Diddy paid his lawyers and the judge, like that would be nice.
So that's it. That's the page there. Weekly Wish. I think Alistair's going to put the link in the comment section so you can go along and put money in. And that will help us doing a bit more of the good work that we do, because we could do a little more. I mean, we can't save everybody, and we take one big case on at a time. But we can, here and there, if someone needs crutches or someone needs us to go and take some food or something, we can do stuff like that with small money. So, small nyana, if you've got in your cupboard, then please consider putting it into that back-a-buddy fund, a Weekly Wish, and we'll make sure on the show that we get it to the right people. Come to Pinetown. You can see potholes. You can swim in them.
I keep saying we don't do potholes in the country anymore. Yeah. They are watering holes for the wildlife.
Watering holes for the wildlife, yeah. Look, let's get real. Today's society has lost the plot. Never mind school discipline these days. Schools are putting kitty litter in toilets for furries. True story. One school... What? I don't even understand that. Just beyond my scope of reasoning and understanding. Kitty litter in the toilets.
Is that like Diddy stuff?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
No, I don't want to know also.
ADD is attention. Oh, look, ducks. I mean, deficit disorder. That was a joke. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's a Stan Katz joke, that one, actually. 45 people. Okay, people, I was arrested for speeding because my cat in its box was throwing up. Oh, hold on. This is a big story.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on. This is a big story. Let's just check this out. This is Dawn. People, I was arrested for speeding because my cat in its box was throwing up, and I tried to get another lane to stop on the side of the road for my cat. Long story short, I had to beg at the police station not to be put into holding cells. So they tied me to a bench in the office after I'd paid 1,000 Rand and waited 4 hours for the sergeant to do my paperwork. And then I had to appear in court, but my lawyer said no way, it was a 10,000 Rand fine that was scrapped. Their pick of my car was not clear, but I was treated like a serial killer. See, our system would work better. You just report on the day, on Jack Day, and you get, you go fill a pothole. It'd be an infinitely better experience. Do you know what they do well, not only four ways, Joburg now. The cops catch you doing a speed that they can arrest you for. So you're doing your 90 k's an hour in the 60 zone, listening to Eminem. You better lose yourself. And the next thing, you look behind you, it's a mobile disco. It's a mobile disco behind you, and they come out.
That scares me.
And so now they used to ask for money, right? Listen, we'll make a plan. Do you know what they do now? They arrest you.
No, for real?
Hold on. Don't get too excited. Then they take you to the police station where a lawyer is standing by to take 6,000 Rand from you to sort your bail out. I saw this in Isle of Four Ways the other day. You've got to admire the you know what? Those guys that do stuff like that.
Ingenuity.
You know what they also need to stand in. That's definitely Jack material. They ride into the politicians, then the corrupt cops. All get a hide in. That I wouldn't even give them an option to work on the chain gang. But ladies who steal accidentally, they can go to the chain gang.
They need to do hardcore work on this chain gang. Like they should be the one that's taking away the brambles and stuff.
Margaret Guida says, please assist Warren, the son of Jenny Kennedy, if at all possible. I know we're all battling. Next, we're working on Warren. Actually, we had Tanya, Alistair, and I had a big conversation. I think it was 2 days ago about all of this, and we all agreed that as soon as Jenna Lee's op is out, next in the queue and in the spotlight is Warren Kennedy, and we're not going to stop until we get his shoulder fixed. So, unfortunately, it is a queue. It's like a queue system here because we haven't got resources.
But there's no jacks at the end of it.
That's why we need weekly week.
Yeah, there's no jack at the end of the line, and you're right, Alistair. That's why we need a little bit on the weekly wish side. A school at a child here in Durban identifies it as a cat. Don't joke. Her parents fought for kitty litter in the toilet and won. It went to court. What?
That blows my mind. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
That just blows my mind.
That kid needs a club. Sorry.
Maybe Lizelle Elliott would agree. Have you announced the recipients of the companion end-of-life doula course yet, says Mona Minna. Yes. Now I know you didn't see the first half of the show, Mona Minna. The winner is Mandy Caddison-Wilson.
The cat lady.
Is she the cat lady?
No.
Everyone on this, every woman that watches the show is a cat lady, I'm sure. Many. I'm always getting messages. I've got 25 cats, Tom London. I'm like, I'm never coming to your house. I need a box of Allergex to get through the door. Huh?
Man, he just told us about the cat in the school in Durban.
Yes. It's not a cat, it's a person, a human.
I know.
Oh.
Pretending to be a cat.
Something like that. Huh? I've given up saying, what's that, Alistair? I'm just going back to my Springs default. Huh? Like that. When I couldn't hear what he said. I'm just going to do that. All right, so is that it? We've done an hour. I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Integrity, your dignity.
What? I've got my integrity. Oh, Helen Joseph, man. You Oak saying.
Oh, but that's what we came from the break.
I tell you at the beginning of the
What's
show,
wrong
please
with
remember
you?
on my behalf. You don't remember on my behalf. So you know that I was in Ward 8 at Helen Joseph. That's where die vonke het daar gespat. And that's where I was when I made that video, Ward 8. Horrific place, horrific bathrooms. Mm-hmm. I remember sitting with the MEC of Health and the Premier Panyaza Lesufi talking about the conditions. And I think they agreed with me. We all agreed that something had to be done. And I kept saying, start with the small stuff. Make it look better. Make it better for the patients to lie on those beds and be there. And make it better for the doctors and nurses to walk into work there. Now, I didn't know whether they were going to do this or not. My trust in politicians is thin. But then the health ombud said, here's our recommendation that you do, by the way. Fix this. And we'll give you some time. 6 months. So it's been interesting. Like, in the background of my mind, I've wondered, what's happening? Are they doing anything at Helen Joseph? Yesterday, I pulled into the Pick and Pay down the road from me, and the staff were all hugging me. I was like, why are you all hugging me? They were like, well, we're getting better treatment since you went bananas there. And I thought, oh, wow. Maybe, just maybe, Helen Joseph Hospital, there's some hope. Maybe, just maybe at Helen Joseph Hospital now, we're starting to see the improvement that I didn't see when I was there, and people who go into that ward that I watch people dying are gonna be in proper beds, and so that's been my wish.
Oh, amazing!
That's been my wish, and guess what? They've done it. Well, they're busy doing it. I'm gonna pull these photos up quickly. Yesterday, the Department of Health posted pictures on their Facebook page of the MEC for Health and a team going to the ward that I was in, which has now been designated as a male admissions ward. And
it's got a name now.
Yes, and because before I think it was a ladies' ward, but now it's a male admissions ward. So they're obviously trying to deal with the problems. But there's the MEC.
I think the Tom London ward.
You think it should be called the Tom London ward?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Narcissists, all of us. So, so this is the MEC and her team. That's the ward I was in. If you remember the video that I made from that ward, you will, even without having to try and remember, you will know. You'll remember how dirty and danky and skanky and moldy that place was. Look at it now. They're in the process of, see the concrete on the floor, so that obviously means the floors have been done. So that's new paint, new floors, new electrics, because you can see the electrics being done there. New ceiling paint, and look at the bathrooms. I mean, the one shot I put on. Look at that. That bathroom is better than mine now. Hey, that bathroom at Helen. There we go. Ward 8's bath. And I'm happy to see the MEC smiling. And I'm happy to see the team there. And I'm happy to see progress. And I really hope they invite me when this thing's finished. Otherwise, we're going to gate crash. We're going to find a way into Ward 8. But I'll get a hold of the MEC and ask her if I can go there with her. I'd really love to.
Emergency won't get admitted.
So you see, I don't know how we fix our politicians inside here. I don't know. I don't know how we do that. But I do know that if we kick up dust...
Maybe we just call Tom London.
I do know that if we kick up dust and somebody does something, that then we should say, well done. Now, I don't want to say well done to the Gauteng Health Department on the 30,000 operation backlog, all the other rubbish that's going on in our system. But I do want to say for the step taken, the first step taken at Helen Joseph Hospital, which was a hellhole when I was in it, and that ward was a hellhole for me and the people who were in there, and for anyone else who traveled through Ward 8, that has been fixed up. And so for that, I'd like I'd like to thank the MEC for Health and the Premier of this province, Panyaza Lesufi, who sat at my bedside at Morningside Clinic when I pleaded with them to please make those 4 changes. Put vinyl on the floors, paint the walls, put electrics in for people's cell phones and the baths. And I said, if you can afford new mattresses, it would be nice to see new mattresses on the bed. So thank you to the health department in Gauteng and the people involved for actually getting something done and something done that we can all see and say thank you and applaud you for. Now, keep going and keep going through this health system of ours until everything is fixed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next hospital? What's the next hospital that we visit?
Well, Tanya was asking me that, what's the next hospital? And I said, Tanya, I got to tell you, and maybe people are not interested in listening to this and they're going to go now, but I suppose this is quite serious. It could be. I've looked back on the last year because it's almost a year since my ordeal and my miracle. Mm-hmm. And I think to myself, I keep thinking, where can I be most effective? And it looks like I am most effective in exposing things. I'm most effective at getting a national conversation going when I'm passionate about something. And I happen to put the focus on healthcare. But that's not the only problem we've got in our country. And I'm very tempted to move on to one of the next biggest problems we've got in this country and do the same thing there. So watch this space.
Which would that be?
It would have a lot to do with land and housing. It would have a lot to do with land.
Are we good?
Land, one of our biggest issues, and housing. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
sounds good.
But it's in, and Tanya wants me to because she loves it when I have a go at somebody. That's her Friday.
No, man, I like it when we fix stuff.
Okay, well, we got Ward 8 fixed. When you say we, such an interesting thing, this word we. Like I look at Jenna Lee, for example, and all the people that have climbed in to make this happen. You know, this started with really the person who deserves all the praise is Jenna Lee's mom. This starts with a mother who won't give up on her child.
She's relentless. She's relentless.
This starts with someone who says, I won't stop. And there are lots of moms like that, and Jennifer's one of them. Mm. All.
You know, it's interesting that our 2 main cases, their main mother name is Jenny.
What?
The 2 cases.
They're both mothers. Yes, that's right. But they're both called Jen.
Both mothers are
yes.
in the forefront.
Random fact there. Random fact. You're right. And now I've lost my train of thought. But at least I know that both mothers are Jenny. Thank you. And what I wanted to say was the person who deserves all the praise in that particular story is Jennifer. Jenna Lee's mom and Jimmy, because the 2 of them have been like this. But then, Hibiscus community group on Facebook that started with these fundraising initiatives. That started with little 10 Rand raffles and things like that. And the community groups down in Natal South Coast, and the radio stations have got. Yes, there've been a lot of people that are not going to get much attention as the story gets bigger. Bigger names will get attention. We'll see Jacaranda and Good Things Guy and hopefully ENCA. Big channels will say, look at this story. But the people who started it won't really get mentioned. I want to mention them. Like Hibiscus Coast, well done. Jennifer Jansen van Vuren, for everything you've done and keep doing. Like, you are the star. And then I have to say that this would not have been possible without donations. And there are some people, and there are some people that don't want anyone to know they donated. They said, "There's the money.
Yeah.
Please don't ever mention my name." And there's a very big donor in Jenna Lee's case that did that, who doesn't want to mention.
Mashallah.
So, you know, without that, no operation. And so sometimes the biggest thank yous have to go to the people who didn't pop their face up, who didn't write their name down, and it's just anonymous. So that's the fascinating thing about all this. As we were about to drum up a lot of attention, the biggest thanks should probably go to the people who are the quietest, you know. But anyway, that all starts on Tuesday. Okay, so what are you doing this weekend, Tanya?
Diving.
Diving.
What I do every weekend.
Under the sea. She's going under the sea. Right. Alistair, what are you doing this weekend?
I probably will be doing TV, watching the rugby, watching the sports on TV.
There we go. He's a proper South African oak, eh? He knows who the captain, the captain of the rugby team is. You know.
It was here, Kolisi.
Yeah.
It's not anymore.
It's number 13. I forget.
Stop it! He's allowed to have a memory lapse. Sanson. Oh, it's the doctors again.
I'm 67. I'm allowed to have a memory lapse.
You're allowed to have a memory lapse. Okay. I haven't got a clue. I still thought John T. Rhodes was playing for the Springboks, but anyway.
The number 13.
Right. I think that's it. It's a very weird end to the show today.
For the Springboks.
Oh.
It's Jesse Creel.
Really?
There you go.
Is it? Jesse Creel.
Yeah.
Jesse Creel.
Wasn't there a town on the East Rand, on the east called Creel, near Kinross? Wasn't there a place called Creel?
Very near.
You would have.
My dad used to play in a band in Creel.
Oh, your dad played in a band in Creel? That's fantastic.
Yeah, with this very guitar. With the same.
Oh, wow,
guitar.
with the Fender there?
Yeah.
You lucky people in Setswana don't know what a Fender's worth. Yeah.
He couldn't get it off the wall if he tried.
Oh, I found something for you, Tanya. Don't say I don't love you. I found something for all cat lovers. I knew there was something I had to show before I left.
Oh, yay.
This is for all cat lovers. This is... if your cat gets lost, like Tanya's cat got lost for 2 days. It turned out the cat was having an affair with the people at number 2. Right? But here we go. For 589 Rand, you can buy a collar called the P032G waterproof pet GPS tracker. You can track their location in real time, set safe zones, and get instant alerts when they wander off. With advanced GPS plus AGPS plus Wi-Fi plus LBS technology, even areas without GPS are covered. Designed for comfort and durability, this pet tracker is perfect for daily adventures. Peace of mind is just a tap away, and there we go. See, there's the.
It's a great idea in principle.
Now, when your cat goes missing, you can march off to number 2 and say, "Give my blanket back."
Not my cat, mate.
Oh, is it?
My cat absolutely refuses. My cats, and I wonder if Anita has the same problem. My cats refuse to wear collars.
Oh, so you can't even put that on.
They'll scratch your eyes out.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, for people... Okay, well, there we go. There goes my good suggestion for the day, down the toilet. Oh, stop it, man. Stop it, you cat lovers.
Cat litter down the toilet.
And I think that's where we leave it today. From Tanya Curry, down in the KZN, North Coast, right up there on the corner of Mozambique, Swaziland, and South Africa, you'll find her running her empire. acumenmedia.net. They watch the news so you don't have to. If you've got a business or a brand and you want to know what the peeps on the streets are saying about it, there's only one person in South Africa who give you an accurate report. That's acumenmedia.net. Tanya Curry. Alistair Jameson. Well, this man is multifaceted. He has worked in security, he's worked in banking, he's been an actor in Hollywood movies, and now he's a star on the Tom London Show.
Hey, don't forget to make it a double.
The only Germiston in Jameson. And me. You see, it's time for the show to go, but the sun is about to hit my eyes. I love you. I love you like your mom loved you, I promise you. You're important to me. The fact that you come here on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 3 o'clock, that means the most to me. Greg came and visited me the other day. He said, I said, you know that only you and Stan Katz have visited me? No one visits me. No one visits. Alistair's visited once. Tanya's never visited me ever. No one ever visits me. So from the lonely little boy in Velterfreden Park, I'm Mr. Lonely. I say to you, go have yourself a smashing weekend. I'll pop my head up. We'll say how's it. Don't forget, Tuesday night at 9:30, Jenna Lee arrives in Johannesburg for her life-changing operation. And you and me, kiddo, are going to be going on Jenna Lee's journey along with her and the family. It's going to be eye-opening. And I think that's it. I think turn the music down, switch off the lights, and let everybody know.
And the last one to leave.
Yeah, last one to leave. Press the sponsor button. This show was brought to you by Suzuki Kyalami.
Don't forget to tell them Tom thank you.
Happy customer.